Hi everyone, it's Julie from Women and Kick-Ass Chicks, and welcome to the September 30th edition of This Week, Next Week. Now, I want to apologize before I get started. In case things that I say come out worse than usual, like slower or like not making much sense, I have a pretty bad sinus infection. I'm on a new prescription that I've never been on before, and it's making my brain tired. It's not things that are habitual for me or like, cooking, taking care of the kids, following the routine, that kind of stuff is easy. But when it's things that I have to think a little bit harder about, not happening very well lately. So just they're always a mess anyways, and half the stuff I say makes no sense, I'm sure. So you probably won't notice a difference, but I'm just giving you a heads up and a quick apology in case. Not my fault. It's medicine. Next week should be better. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Balloon-wise, this morning, meaning the morning that I'm recording this, I was on Twitter. I was chatting with Marcella from Bookaholic Cat and saying that no idea what balloon I'm going to make because I hadn't really thought about it, honestly. And she sent me a few video links from YouTube that things that she'd like me to see. Some of it, yeah. I might be pretty decent at making balloons, but I'm not that good. Not yet, anyways. So some were absolutely no, but pretty cool to look at. But there's one that she sent that I was surprised because it happened to be that Spanish balloon twister that I was telling you about last week who came up with the octopus. And the main reason, like the one that drew me to his site originally, is the first one that she sent me. So it's a sign. It's the one that I made for you guys then. So I made Pink Panther. So there's Pink Panther. I know I should have backed up a bit, but feet, body, hands, face. Okay, let me try to get him to actually face towards you. There we go. Holy cow, issues. Anyways, he turned out really well. I'm happy. His legs are smaller than they should be. I don't know why, but he's got little dinky legs. I think his arms are actually bigger, but whatever. But no, I'm happy with him. He's cool. So that's the balloon. Thanks, Marcella, for your help. Because, yeah, that wouldn't have happened on my own. Alright. Today, I posted my review of Sins of the Angel by Linda. I am going to butcher this. I want to say Poitvin. No. Oh my gosh. I probably should have checked into that before recording this. I have no idea. I want to say it in French. Poitvin. But I don't know if that's even how it is. So let's just call her Linda. Anyways, the new urban fantasy series. She's a debut urban fantasy author. She's written a few little things before, but this is her first big release. It came out on Tuesday, and I was quite impressed with it. I'm not just saying that because she lives in a city not too far from here. It was really super unique. I've never read anything like it before. Like the thought that it's just really, really good. A few little things here and there that kind of got me, but so is life. But overall, excellent read. Excuse me, wow, excellent read. And she is actually stopping by the blog on October 27th for an interview, and she's having a launch party for her book in Ottawa on October 15th, and I am going to that. It's going to be so cool. First time I've ever been in anything like that. So definitely I'll be doing a post and stuff after I go to, about that. Okay, the end, yes. Let's just talk about what I read and let's get this over with. So, this week, I read a book that I think I've had in my book closet for, if it hasn't been 2 years, it's pretty close to 2 years. Salt and Silver by Anna Catherine. I remember in my days when I first started reading, I wrote this in my review too, but whatever, I'm saying it here too, that I discovered series and more series and more series, and after a while you're like, it'd be nice just to have a single book. And I hadn't really discovered contemporary romance books yet, and those tend to be more single titles, or if they're series, they can be read as single titles. So I did a Google search, what to read a single title, paranormal romance, and this came up. And for some reason, I just kept passing it by, and not reading it. So I finally picked it up, and it was cute. It was really cute. different. It was actually almost lighter than I thought. It's full of demons and hell's doors and stuff like that, but it read a lot lighter. And yeah, the chemistry between Ryan and Allie, really good, well written. No, anyway, so this review is actually not going up from the middle of October because, yeah, I want to post the reviews for the newest releases first. So this one I was reading ahead, anyways. But it's hard to tell, but the cover is beautiful. Her name is Melanie Dillon or Delon or something like that. I think it's like I don't know if it's purely done on computer or if it's like a hand drawn with computer brush or whatever, but beautiful cover. Anyways, yeah, so look forward to that. Look forward to that. Look for that. And then finally, because I finished that Tuesday morning, and Tuesday afternoon is when the delivery guy usually comes with the books that are coming the Tuesday after. So I had a little window of time, so I finally, I can't believe it took me so bloody long, finally finished my Kieran Point of View books. I've had these for ages. I've read them as they were released on the author's site, but I haven't just sat and read them all. And the one from Magic Burns, I think it was. Magic Burns and Magic Bites I hadn't read before. So finally, now what these are is Ilona and Gordon Andrews. They write, of course, the Kate Daniels series. And for one or two scenes after each book, Gordon writes one, because the books are written from Kate's point of view, writes a scene, the same scene that you see in the book, but from Kieran's point of view. And it's so cool. I love that. It just gives it a little, like a new perspective. And one of my favorite lines ever of any book, and if you're a true fan of the Kate Daniels series, one of your favorite lines will be right before Kate meets Kieran for the first time. All he knows is that he's the Beast Lord and that she's meeting with him. So she can't see him, she can't find him, and so she'll crouch down and she says, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." And like this guy is like this massive giant lion. So to think like the gall that she has, like, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." But in Kieran's point of view, when she crouches down and says that line, he says something like, "Oh my God, she was retarded and I was going to kill Jim." Funny. You're not going to get it if you haven't read the books, or if you're not even like really into the books. But otherwise, you will think that like, "Oh my God, she was retarded and I'm going to kill Jim," is like one of the funniest lines you've ever read in your entire life of reading ever. So, anyways, these are free. I don't go on the author's website. You can find out where, probably Amazon. But definitely worth reading. If you've read the Kate Daniels books and you haven't checked them out, yeah, check them out. I'm not gonna write a review for them right now. There's no point because they're really short, quick. Like I said, they're just scenes, literally just scenes. But excellent. Okay. Right now, I'm reading Serpent's Kiss by Thea Harrison. I'm really liking it. I find the dynamic between Rune and Carling very different from the other two books, and I love that. I find this author is awesome for that. So different. And, sorry, goodness. And, yeah, I'm only about halfway through right now. But loving it. I'm going to be posting this review on Tuesday. And even though after this I will be reading The Darkest Surrender by Gina Showalter, which I don't have yet because Jason has gone to the bookstore after work today to pick it up for me. I'm actually not posting The Darkest Surrender review until not next week, but the week after. Because Friday I'm finally going to be posting my review for Bad Boys 2, which was a Jamie story in Victoria Dahl's Donovan Brothers Brewery trilogy. And really cute. So that'll be posting Friday. After reading The Darkest Surrender, I will be reading Slow Ride by Erin McCarthy. Now this is a series, the first two books are two of the best contemporary romances I have read. They're fantastic. The third book was fine. The fourth book was good right up until the end. Seriously, I wanted to pitch it across the room. I don't think I came around about that passionate in my review, but man, oh man, was I ever upset with what she did, what the author had these two characters go through. It's not fair! Not fair! Anyway, so I was sort of telling myself this would be like the last chance kind of book that, you know, if I'm not totally in love with this book, then I think I'll just call it a day with this series. But then, before I've been reading it for fun, and I don't even know what caused me to do this because I never do, they have a little glimpse of the next book after Slow Ride, which is actually not coming out till 2012, summer 2012. And the next book is Eve Monroe's book. The first book was her brother, Eric. Eric? Oh my gosh. See? Book brain fart syndrome. And the last book was Evan, her other brother. So she's getting her own book. So I'm like, I don't want to see her story because she's spunky. So I think no matter what, I'll be reading the next one. And then I really don't see who else there could be. But I also didn't see this book coming because it's just a reporter and a driver. Like, it's not two characters that have been in the series like with all the other books. But anyways, I'm yammering on a whole lot today about not about much. I'm noticing that. Sorry. Alright, yeah, maybe it would have been better just not to do a vlog this week. So that's the book, so I read that, and then it's next I'm doing that, and then I'm reading that, and then that. And the end. Okay, weekend. I'm probably going to be doing like I did last weekend, and just passing out all weekend. It's amazing, like I said, this medicine is doing for me. I thought the reason I was sleeping so much, and I mean like 18, 19 hours total on Saturday alone, but waking up still tired. I thought maybe it's because I've been sick for about a month, but kind of coming up with other reasons why I was sick without realizing it was a sinus infection. I had never just stopped and given my body a day to rest and to recuperate. So I'm like, oh, that's why I'm sleeping so much. It's gotta be why I'm sleeping so much. Yeah, Julie, queen of denial. So, and then Sunday, same thing happened. Jason's like, oh, you can do the same thing on Sunday if you need to. And I'm like, I'm not gonna need any to do laundry and stuff anyways. But I did. Not as much because I still need to do laundry and stuff, but probably close to 12 hours I slept. Not continuously, like I'd sleep for about 2 or 3, wake up for 20 minutes, go back to sleep, wake up. And I was still exhausted and in bed at the usual time. So that's when it occurred to me that maybe it's the medicine, and it totally is, because it's getting worse and worse. I only have 2 doses left, thank goodness. So hopefully this weekend, Saturday we're most likely getting a tree cut down. So with the chainsaw may not really be the best time for sleeping. We had a few pretty nasty windstorms this summer, and there's a little tree in the farm field behind, and it decided to come kiss my lawn. So we've been procrastinating long enough, time to get rid of it. And so Sunday, most likely Jason will be taking the kids away somewhere, maybe my parents on Sunday, so I can sleep all day. It's too bad if I won't make much of a difference, but I think my body and my brain needs it. And hopefully the medicine won't take like 3 weeks to get out of my system, and by next week my vlog will make complete total sense, and I won't be yammering on about things that you guys probably don't care about. So whatever. Your fault for watching. No. Oh God. All right. Well, whatever you guys are doing this weekend, I hope you have a safe and happy one. And see you all next week. And until tomorrow.